Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed are against Paul Heyman, the best and worst of WWE SmackDown. A huge Stone Cold Steve Austin return is in motion. Why Sami Zayn lost the United States Championship. Prayers for Jacob Fatu. Corey Graves returns to WWE SmackDown Commentary. John Cena is set to win another WWE Championship. WWE confirms Cody Rhodes' heel turn on SmackDown. Triple H is pushing Gunther as the next Roman Reigns. The WWE needs to bring back The Rock before 2025 ends. Let's dive right in, starting with the best and worst of WWE SmackDown. This week's SmackDown mirrored Raw's chaos with a major creative shift due to Jacob Fatu's real-life injury. Looking back, the show marked a changing of the guard, as young stars like former NXT champions Bron Breakker on Raw and Ilya Dragunov on SmackDown take center stage. Here's the best and worst from Friday Night SmackDown on USA Network. Number 1. The best. Ilya Dragunov's epic return and title win. SmackDown exploded with Ilya Dragunov's surprise comeback after Carmelo Hayes took out The Miz during Sami Zayn's United States Championship Open Challenge, creating a challenger vacancy. Dragunov's first match in over a year ended with him stunning Zayn for the title, aided by Solo Sikoa's distraction. The bout was intense and hard-hitting, matching Zayn's recent defenses. With Dragunov as champ, WWE's push for NXT call-ups signals a fresh era. Breakker's Raw turn on Rollins shows the company's risks to build new stars amid its established names. Number 2. The worst. Sami Zayn's Open Challenges end too soon. Dragunov's victory means Sami Zayn's United States Championship Open Challenges are over after 7 straight weeks. Zayn's reign was a highlight of the decade, elevating SmackDown during a low point when Cody Rhodes was absent. His defenses, starting with John Cena, delivered 20 to 30 minutes of top-tier wrestling each week, boosting mid-card stories like Cena vs. Lesnar, Priest vs. Black, Miz vs. Hayes, and Wyatt Six vs. MFTS. Zayn also spotlighted talents like Javon Evans, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Dragunov. As SmackDown's MVP for 2 months, Zayn's understated impact was huge. Now Dragunov has big shoes to fill. Number 3. The best and worst. Cody Rhodes shows fire, but booking falls flat. With Fatu injured, Nick Aldis turned his match with Drew McIntyre into a number 1 contenders bout for Cody Rhodes' undisputed WWE Championship. Fatu was attacked backstage, and McIntyre demanded the spot, but Rhodes stormed out furious, insisting fans get a fight. He challenged McIntyre to an impromptu non-title match, wrestling in his suit. The bout ended in DQ after Rhodes smashed McIntyre with the title belt, attempted a cross Rhodes through the announce table, and capped it with a top rope dive. Rhodes' edge was a bright spot, but the segment felt messy and confusing. Hiding Fatu's injury with a mystery attacker trope feels repetitive. McIntyre's character is beyond saving under current creative, and Rhodes, WWE's top guy, is booked like an afterthought. Fans want Randy Orton versus Rhodes, yet it's nowhere. Fatu's injury was unavoidable, but the lazy execution drags down the product. Number 4. The worst. SmackDown. Women's division in shambles. It's frustrating that WWE hasn't fixed SmackDown's weak women's division despite months of chances, especially when Raw's is thriving and SmackDown has improved overall. The show had 1 women's match, Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss beating Sol Ruca and Zarya after Mariah May's interference. With veterans and NXT call-ups involved, it's clear the brand lacks star power to lead. WWE must balance the rosters so one show isn't overloaded while the other struggles. Charlotte and Alexa's story is stale, and placing the women's tag team championships on them feels wrong with Raw's growing tag division heating up. A huge Stone Cold Steve Austin return is in motion. Stone Cold Steve Austin is gearing up for a major WWE return, though not in the ring. Reports suggest the WWE legend is bringing back his Broken Skull Sessions podcast in a big way. During a recent fan interaction, Austin hinted at the show's revival, saying it could be back sooner than expected, and asking fans to give him a couple of weeks. While he didn't confirm its return at the time, Fightful Select now reports that sources indicate the Broken Skull Sessions will likely return on a WWE digital platform. This marks a significant comeback for Austin, who hasn't been active with WWE beyond his Hall of Fame appearance earlier this year, where he was honored for his iconic match with Bret Hart. The return of Broken Skull Sessions could signal a new deal for Austin, as WWE has increasingly embraced stars hosting podcasts on their platforms. Cody Rhodes hosts a show with top names, Stephanie McMahon appears weekly, and The Undertaker runs his podcast alongside Michelle McCool. With Austin's podcast poised for a digital revival, it's clear WWE sees value in his star power. What guests and stories will Stone Cold bring to the table? And could this lead to more for the Texas Rattlesnake in WWE? Fans are eager to find out. Why Sami Zayn lost the United States Championship. The WWE Universe was stunned on the SmackDown following Crown Jewel 2025 when Ilya Dragunov returned and defeated Sami Zayn to claim the United States Championship. The The Mad Dragon's comeback was a shock, and the title change caught everyone off guard. Here are the key reasons behind Zayn's loss on the blue brand. First, WWE seems focused on pushing Dragunov as a major singles star. Before his injury, the Mad Dragon was on the main roster but hadn't landed a defining moment. Handing him the US title is a clear move by Triple H to kickstart a massive push, giving Dragunov the spotlight to shine as a top talent. This shift likely played a big role in Zayn losing the championship. Second, Zayn's reign as US champion lacked a major storyline. Since winning the title, he's been tied to his United States Championship Open Challenge, facing short-term rivals without a deeper narrative. Triple H may have felt Zayn's run had no long-term plans, prompting the decision to crown Dragunov and pivot the blue brand's direction. Third, the loss could set up a dramatic heel turn for Zayn. The 41-year-old has been a beloved babyface for years, but dropping the title might push him to a breaking point. Frustration over Dragunov's return and victory could slowly turn Zayn into a villain, reshaping him as a heel on SmackDown and refreshing his character. Finally, Solo Sikoa's interference was pivotal in the title change. The MFT leader distracted Zayn, allowing Dragunov to capitalize and win. This move was likely revenge for Zayn previously dethroning Sikoa as champion. The title switch sets the stage for a heated rivalry between Zayn and Sikoa, which could unfold in the coming weeks on SmackDown. With Dragunov now champion and Zayn at a crossroads, how will Triple H shape this evolving story on the blue brand? Prayers for Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu is in need of support following troubling news confirmed on this week's SmackDown. Reports revealed that Fatu is sidelined with a serious, non-wrestling-related injury that will keep him out for the rest of 2025, with his Royal Rumble appearance in late January also in doubt. While the exact nature of the injury remains undisclosed, it's severe enough to sideline him for months. On SmackDown, WWE wrote Fatu off TV with a dramatic angle, showing him found backstage, bloodied and coughing up teeth after shelves collapsed on him. Drew McIntyre, despite their ongoing feud, denied involvement in the attack, claiming innocence. The segment led to an impromptu brawl and a non-title match between McIntyre and Cody Rhodes. Fatu's injury comes at a terrible time, as he had just returned to WWE TV and was poised for a major feud with McIntyre that would have tied into the undisputed WWE Championship picture heading into 2026. This setback could delay his chance to shine in the title scene. Corey Graves returns to WWE SmackDown Commentary. Corey Graves is back at the SmackDown announce desk, resuming his role after a storyline attack sidelined him. On the September 13th episode, Brock Lesnar took out Graves as part of his feud with John Cena heading into WrestlePalooza, leaving the commentator absent for weeks. Booker T stepped in alongside Michael Cole to fill the gap. Graves made his return on the October 17th, 2025 broadcast at the Kia Center in Orlando, slipping back into the booth without fanfare. During the opening segment with Cody Rhodes and Nick Aldis, cameras caught Graves calling the action, signaling his comeback. His low-key return suggests WWE is moving past the Lesnar storyline for now, with no immediate plans for Graves to address the attack on air. The focus seems to be squarely on the in-ring product, and Graves' familiar voice brings energy back to SmackDown's commentary. Some fans might feel WWE missed a chance to make his return a bigger moment, while others may appreciate the seamless shift back to normalcy. Was the quiet comeback the right move, or should Triple H have given Graves a spotlight moment? John Cena is set to win another WWE championship. John Cena could cap his legendary career with a championship reign, as reports suggest he might claim the Intercontinental title before his final match. The Cenation leader captured his 17th WWE World Championship at WrestleMania 41, but lost it to Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam. With only 4 appearances left in his 2025 retirement tour, time is running out. According to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, WWE is considering having Cena challenge Intercontinental Champion Dominic Mysterio at Survivor Series on November 29th in San Diego. This could set the stage for Cena's reported final match against Gunther at Saturday night's main event on December 13th in Washington, D.C., potentially as champion. The Intercontinental title is the one major belt Cena has never won, despite his 17 world titles, 4 tag team championships, and 5 United States title reigns. Winning the IC title would make Cena a Grand Slam champion, a fitting milestone for his storied career. While the match with Mysterio isn't confirmed, it's looking likely that Dirty Dom could defend his title against the champ. In an interview with Tony Free, Dominic didn't hold back, calling Cena an old geezer and vowing to put a final nail in his coffin if they face off. With just 4 dates left, will Triple H book Cena to finally capture the elusive Intercontinental title and cement his legacy? Fans are on edge waiting to see how the franchise player's farewell unfolds. WWE confirms Cody Rhodes' heel turn on SmackDown. The latest SmackDown closed with a chaotic brawl between Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre, signaling a major shift for the American Nightmare. McIntyre, claiming #1 contender status, was granted an impromptu undisputed WWE Championship match. But Rhodes shocked fans by using his title belt to cause a disqualification, a move uncharacteristic of a babyface. A wild post-match brawl erupted, requiring officials and security to intervene. Rhodes' aggressive tactics, smashing McIntyre with the belt and showing Raw frustration, hinted at a subtle heel turn, or at least the start of one, as heroic stars typically avoid such underhanded actions. Rhodes' ruthless demeanor throughout the segment suggests WWE is steering him toward a villainous role as undisputed champion. The disqualification kept their feud alive, setting the stage for more clashes. With Survivor Series, War Games looming on November 29th, 2025 in San Diego, California, Rhodes is advertised to appear, potentially facing McIntyre again. Saturday night's main event, airing before War Games, could also feature a rematch, possibly for the title. McIntyre, who's faced major losses recently, could capitalize on Rhodes' faltering momentum, especially after Seth Rollins defeated him at Crown Jewel, to finally claim the championship. If McIntyre dethrones Rhodes, it would shake up SmackDown and push the American Nightmare further into heel territory, fueled by the sting of losing his title. Will Triple H crown McIntyre and cement Rhodes' darker edge? Or is there more to this story? The coming weeks will reveal the fate of the undisputed champion. Triple H is pushing Gunther as the next Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns was the cornerstone of WWE during Vince McMahon's era, stepping into John Cena's shoes as the face of the company. Now, Jonathan Coachman believes Triple H is trying to mold Gunther into that same role, but it's not clicking. On Behind the Turnbuckle Studios' The Coach and Bro Show, Coachman compared Triple H's push for the ring general to McMahon's heavy-handed approach with Reigns a decade ago. It almost feels like the early Roman Reigns days when Vince McMahon shoved him down our throats and put him out there for multiple WrestleMania main events when he got booed out of the building. And then at one point it all flipped and switched, and all of a sudden he became the biggest star in the business. I don't see that for Gunther. I really don't, Coachman said. Gunther has been a dominant force in WWE under Triple H, protected in the ring and often kept off weekly TV when not holding a title, preserving his aura. Whether with Imperium or solo, the ring general has broken records and made history with every championship he's held, regardless of who's running creative. Earlier this year, the 38-year-old was chosen as Goldberg's final opponent in Atlanta, delivering a match that surpassed expectations and gave the man the send-off McMahon promised before leaving. Reports also suggest Triple H is eyeing Gunther to face John Cena in Cena's final match at Saturday night's main event on December 13th, 2025 in Washington, D.C. Will Gunther rise to the occasion as Cena's last opponent, or is Triple H's push too forced to make him the next tribal chief? The WWE Universe will find out soon. The WWE needs to bring back The Rock before 2025 ends. As 2025 draws to a close, WWE is grappling with a string of challenges that have dimmed its shine. With key stars sidelined and major storylines disrupted, the company needs a megastar to steer it through this rough patch. The Rock could be the answer. Absent since Elimination Chamber, the People's Champion could return to ignite a blockbuster feud with either Cody Rhodes or Roman Reigns, shaking up the promotion. On Behind the Turnbuckle Studios' The Coach and Bro Show, inside sources commented on The Rock's distance from WWE, suggesting he wasn't fully on board with Triple H's creative direction for John Cena's retirement tour, except for Cena's heel turn. I mean, Coach, it sounds to me like he's passing the heat. It sounds to me like he's kind of saying, well, creative isn't that good right now, and it has been criticized a lot lately. And yeah, I have a little bit to do with it, but it's really not me, the source said. Here's why WWE needs The Rock back before the year ends. Seth Rollins' reported injury at Crown Jewel, which may require surgery and a long absence, derailed plans for a WrestleMania 42 feud with Reigns, forcing WWE to pivot by having The Vision turn on him. Bringing back The Rock as the mastermind behind The Vision could set up a dream clash with Reigns, building toward a massive WrestleMania 42 showdown. Meanwhile, Cody Rhodes' second reign as undisputed WWE champion, regained from Cena at SummerSlam, has felt flat. With no WrestleMania-worthy storyline in sight, as 2025 ends, reviving The Rock's unresolved 2024 feud with Rhodes could spark a 5-star rivalry. The Brahma Bull's return, leveraging his massive fan base as both a wrestling legend and pop culture icon, could deliver the star power WWE desperately needs to craft a compelling path to the show of shows. Will Triple H call on the final boss to save the day? Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed are against Paul Heyman. Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed are ready to make waves, and they're not holding back. WWE has confirmed that the powerhouse duo will address the WWE Universe live on the October 20th, 2025 episode of Raw in Sacramento, California, following their explosive split from The Vision. Last week's Raw ended in chaos when Breakker speared World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins, then turned to Reed with a simple question. You with me? Reed responded with a crushing tsunami splash on Rollins, sealing their betrayal. Paul Heyman stood by their side as the show closed, hinting at a dangerous new alliance. Now, Breakker and Reed will speak for the first time since dismantling the Vision, with fans eager to hear their plans and whether they're fully aligned with Heyman or ready to challenge his control. With Rollins sidelined by a reported injury, this new duo could reshape Raw's landscape, especially with Heyman's cunning guidance. The October 20th episode is stacked, featuring Becky Lynch defending the Women's Intercontinental Championship against Maxine Dupree, Dominic Mysterio facing Rusev for the Intercontinental title, and the Judgment Day's Finn Balor and JD McDonough battling AJ Styles and Dragon Lee for the WWE World Tag Team titles. Breakker and Reed's words could set the stage for a seismic shift as Survivor Series War Games approaches. Will they solidify their partnership with Heyman, or are they already plotting against the Oracle? Can the Vision regroup to fight back, or is this the start of a new era of dominance?